Hey everybody, remember to read my disclaimer for information on how to get custom figures, and that my Patreon supporters got to see preview images, work in progress shots, and high resolution images of the completed toy. If you want to join them, even the smallest donation helps. The link is in the description below. Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with a very special commission for a parent named James. Okay, so let's paint a picture. A couple weeks ago, I got an email from this guy saying that his 6-year-old son wanted more than anything a Metal Knuckles figure. And he tried to explain to him that a Metal Knuckles figure wasn't a thing. But the little boy showed the Google image results of a Metal Knuckles figure that actually existed, and that it had to be possible to get it. It turned out to be a picture of one of my old customs, because yes, I have made Metal Knuckles a few times as commissions for other people. So he tried to explain that that was just a handmade figure that doesn't really exist that he could purchase, but the little boy said that Santa Claus could make anything, and so surely a figure like that shouldn't be too hard for him to accomplish. Well, just call me Santa, because once I heard that story, I just had to go ahead and do this special job for him. So yes, I did make an exception. I reopened my commissions and let him skip the queue just for this. But hey, you know what? I was 6 years old when I was first a Sonic fan too, so I felt a special connection to this little boy. So let's go ahead and do the thing. Let's make a Metal Knuckles figure to make a little boy happy. So I told James, just like any other commissioner, that he just had to send me a Knuckles figure, and that would be the base that I would use to make his Metal Knuckles. And he actually managed to find one in the original style packaging. This is like a really early release of the figure. It even still had the skinny pegs. The pin discs were the skinny type that were relatively easy to snap, that Jazzwares replaced with thicker pegs. I can't believe that he found this figure still in the packaging. It must be quite rare. Collectible. So of course I took it out of the packaging and dismantled the whole thing. Ha ha ha. Oh wow, I know there's some people like, no, they could have sold for hundreds on eBay. But, oh well, here it goes. So as usual, I cut the dreads a little bit short and painted them up to look like the rocket vents that Metal Knuckles' dreads always look like. And then as for the face part, which I took out, a little tiny bit of sculpting on the cheeks just to be the classic metal character bolts, along with a paint job to give him that whole Badnik face, resulting in a, reassembled head that is Metal Knuckles' head. There was a little bit more actual sculpting on the figure, namely the big old rocket pack that goes onto his back, because remember, despite the fact that he is known for punching things, Knuckles' robotic doppelganger is a racer, because he's from Sonic R. So remember, the robot based off of the Speedy character Sonic is a fighter, and the robot based off of the fighting character Knuckles is a racer, because that makes sense. And I decided to go a little bit more out with the legs than I usually do. I actually cut into the soles to separate the heels and the toes to create that segmented foot look that is common in the Metal Sonic foot. And then sculpted everything over, like replacing the Lego brick pegs with some nice slidey McDoodles, the big old bolts that go through the feet, and some panels on the shins and calves to give it that robotic taper that Metal Knuckles has. Now, aside from me breaking my rules about the commissions being on hiatus, there was another really special thing about this figure, and that it incorporates a 3D printed part. But not just any 3D printed part, a 3D printed part that I made myself in Tinkercad. Yes, that is right. I went and made Metal Knuckles' arms in Tinkercad. And the model should be searchable and downloadable. I was able to search for myself on Tinkercad. You just gotta use the username YAngelDF when you search for people. And it should call up all the little 3D models that I've made so far. Also, that's where the bases of all the 3D models I made for my minifigures are as well. So theoretically, if you own your own 3D printer, you can download my models and print them out. Let me know what you make with them. And if you want to make your own Metal Knuckles, this is like the hardest part of the figure, and now you can just print one up whenever you want. So of course I printed up a pair of them and stuck them onto the ends of the arms. I just had to use my Dremel to drill a hole into the back of them that was big enough for the forearms to slot into. And then I painted them up to look like Metal Knuckles' arms with some nice bright red, yellow, and silver to make some nice metallic looking claws. So with this very special part completed, let's put the Metal Knuckles figure back together and take a look at what he looks like. Yeah! I say that it looks a heck of a lot cleaner than usual because, well, you know, the 3D printer can make much sharper angles. Whenever I had to sculpt those giant block arms by hand, they always looked, you know, a little bit mushy because I had to make them with my fingers. So this is me actually doing it like, you know, professional-like. This is an actual plastic piece, which in theory can be mass-produced. So yeah, that's kind of awesome. I mean, I'm still not gonna try and print joints and stuff because, you know, this PLA plastic isn't as flexible as the softer plastic that action figures tend to be made out of. So like I don't feel comfortable with making joints because even if they don't break, they'll have a harder time maintaining their friction, and I don't want to go through that. But yeah, this is pretty cool. That's me learning how to incorporate my 3D printer into making more customs or making customs look better. Because this is fun. This is cool. I'm like a legitimate maker. Yeah, like oh, and I guess bringing up Santa Claus means that I broke my cardinal sin and brought up Christmas before Halloween, but oh well. Thank you all for watching the video, and we'll catch you next time. Waking Angel 2001 signing off.